Could you hear me now? Boom, 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 boom. Could you hear me now? I'm getting blown up right now. Everybody asking if they should sell their stocks, if they should keep their stocks. And I'm not here to tell you what you should do with your money because I feel like first we need to talk about the rules of money before we start talking about investments because I think that's putting the cart before the horse. So I'm going to go over A.G. Gaston's rules of money real quick. And A.G. Gaston, if you don't know who it was, he was African American who grew up during Martin Luther King's era of segregation and racism, and he didn't let it stop him from becoming a multi-millionaire. So racism didn't stop him from accomplishing his goals. Instead of making excuses, he was making it happen. So the first rule of money, according to A.G. Gaston, pay yourself first. It's easier said than done, right? Because instead of paying ourselves first, we want to go pay Gucci or Louis. We want to go pay the jeweler. We want to go trick off at a strip club or something. Come back home broke. What you put up before you went out to go kick it that night? What did you put away? Most of us didn't put nothing away. So he says, set aside a specific amount of each paycheck. Take the money out first and bank it. You'll be surprised how fast the money builds up. If you have 2 or 3,000 in the bank, sooner or later somebody will come along and show you how to double it. And this is in the 60s, so 2 or 3,000 back then was a lot of money. Rule number 2, establish a reputation at a bank or a savings and loan association. Save at an established institution and borrow from there. Stay away from loan sharks. So he basically saying like stay away from them payday loans. Have you looked at the interest on them things? It's ridiculous. So he's saying put your money away in the bank, and then eventually once you do that, you build up a big enough emergency fund. You don't even need to borrow from the bank. You can just borrow it from yourself. Moving on. Rule number 3, take no chances with your money. Play the safe number, the good one. Take your time. A man who can't afford to lose has no business gambling. Took me a long time to learn that. And we all know about gambling, 9 times out of 10, when you need the money the most, that's when you're more than likely to lose it. Rule number 4, never borrow anything. If forced to, you can't pay. Man, y'all know y'all be borrowing money y'all can't pay back, man. When I loan somebody money, I chalk it up right away, especially if it's a family member. You don't got no job, you don't got no income, you ain't gonna be able to pay me back. They're saying, he's saying, don't borrow money if you can't pay it back. No, because you're gonna be labeled as a person who is incredible. You're gonna have bad credit. Number 5, don't get big headed. Never forget the little fellows. Basically like stay humble. You know what I'm saying? You could share your success with people, mainly do it with people who are successful themselves. Don't forget the little fellow because you don't know who's gonna come up and win. You might try to stun on somebody who later on in life surpasses you, and because you stunning on him, he gonna purposely stun on you. Versus if you would have helped that little man when he was doing bad and you was doing good, when he come up, he gonna make sure you come up or make sure you stay up if you're already up. Rule number 6, don't have so much pride. So it's kind of the same thing as, you know, staying humble. So he's saying wear the same suit for a year or two. It doesn't make a difference what kind of suit the pocket is in if there is no money in it. So to break that down in today's terms, it don't matter if you wearing designer clothes, fellas, females. It doesn't matter if you have a designer purse. If there is no money in it, if there is no money in that purse, so what? It's Louis Vuitton. Rule number 7, find a need and fill it. Successful businesses are founded on the needs of people. Once in business, keep good books. Everything that goes in the cash register doesn't belong to you. Man, if you're a businessman or woman, you understand that gross number is not net. You running a business, you got plenty expenses. Some businesses gross a lot of money, but they don't profit anything because everything that goes in comes right back out. Rule number 8, stay in your own class. Never run around with people who can't afford to compete with you. So a breakdown of that would be stay in your own lane. You know what I'm saying? Stay in your lane. If you driving fast on the highway, don't get in the slow lane. And if you driving slow on the highway, don't get in the fast lane. Just stick around the people that's either doing it how you doing it or doing it better, slightly better. Because if you get around people who doing it way, way bigger than you, you're gonna try to keep up quite naturally, especially if you know, from where I'm from or anybody who I grew up with, you just quite naturally want to keep up with the people you hanging around. You know, it's kind of hard to have the discipline to just soak up game without trying to implement it on their level. You know what I'm saying? So if you're around somebody who's doing it bigger than you, soak up the game, but don't try to live like those people. You know, until you're able to afford that type of lifestyle. Rule number 10. Once you reach a certain bracket, it is very difficult not to make money. It is very difficult. Once you start getting money, money just attracts money. You know, that's just the way money works. So the closer you are to it, the easier it is for you to get. He was dropping some jewels. Way back then, those rules of money still apply today. AG Gaston, go check him out.